know, and if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in what you're doing, who else is going to? Believe in your, believe in yourself. So, I'll pop up. You see how this. Sadly, if you don't believe in your brand, no one else will. And this is April 5th, 2025, Victoria Nyanzi. Yanzi. And here we go. She's going to talk about the week before she wrote this. She's to grow her business. Oh, she gave me permission to leverage her story. She has years of experience, a unique offering, and an interesting story. Every time she spoke about her work, there was hesitation in her voice. And sometimes that happens. That happens when people are not sure or when they're listening to feel what else someone is thinking. You know how we are when we're talking to people, we're paying attention. Most of us are paying attention, or we should be paying attention to reactions, words, body language, the whole works. And so this is what we do. We listen in our minds for something a positive or a negative or in between, but we're listening when we're talking to people, especially when we are expressing ideas and we're excited about something that we have been blessed to do, an idea that's come to our minds. So we're listening. So she said that every time she say things like, I kind of help people with their marketing. React. So they're watching and listening and interpreting the reactions of another person. So she said, but every time she spoke about her work, there was hesitation in her voice. When she introduced herself, she'd say things like, I kind of help people with their marketing. I'm still figuring things out, but I do a bit of branding. Dive into the results of, she said, I too was blown away. But even though she was exceptional at what she did, she wasn't convinced of her own value. And as a result, neither was anyone else. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect other people to value you? But some people don't know it in that sense, in that frame of mind, because people are looking for other people to value them, to make them feel good about themselves. And sometimes we don't know the psychology of that. And that's how we have been. Many people have been all their lives. And some of us have been that way until we learned better. So you must value yourself in every sense and every thought in your mind, heart, body, soul. Value yourself. Believe in yourself so that we can believe in you. She had the skill, she had the knowledge and the experience, but what she lacked was conviction. Anyone that anyway, that's why she booked the call. We had quiet and in-depth conversation, and while at it, the author said, I found myself sounding like a motivation speaker when I said to her, if you don't believe in your brand, no one else will. That's yourself. If you have a product, whatever it is, in whatever sense, in life, in yourself, in your business, in any way, any aspect of life, if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And sometimes they say, well, she's too proud. She's got the big head. He's too proud. He's got the big head. Oh, he thinks he's things. And somebody, many times they won't say it to your face. That means directly to you. They will say it to someone who will repeat what they said. And they say to that person because they know that person's personality just so it'll get to you. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, who else can believe in you? So, but honestly, the lady said, the I need to close these files out because they are being me. But, and so I give the writer's name again, Victoria Yancey. Victoria. Okay, Victoria, if you don't mind, I want to just use your first name. Okay, now we go on. They dove deeply into what was going on with her. And she said, honestly, Victoria said, honestly, she said, I wasn't trying to motivate after intentionally putting myself out there reflects what you project, okay? The world reflects what you put out there. That's what the world sees. So if you present yourself as an people will respond in kind. They definitely will. Put yourself out there like that. They will respond to you just like you put yourself out there. So, but when you own expertise, your voice, and your story, this pop, it is really messing with me. But I'm going to make it. Yes, I am. Rolling. Okay. Believe in yourself. You know, the ways that's what I'm thinking about. If you say, I believe in you. I think those are the words to that song. And I like the way, what is it? Glinda the Good Witch She gets with that song, doesn't she? She can really sing that song. So if you present yourself unsure, if you present yourself hesitant or doubtful, people will respond in kind. But when you own your expertise, your voice, and your story with confidence, others will take notice. And I know I repeated part of that sentence. Your brand is a reflection of how you see yourself. Oh, yes, it is. The brand is a reflection of how you see yourself. I am so thankful for this subject today. I am really, really thankful for this. Thank you for being here with me. I need to turn my volume down. Okay. So your brand is reflection of how you see yourself. Your confidence dictates how the world perceives you if you don't take yourself seriously. And I repeat, if you don't take yourself seriously, neither will anyone else. And you have, I'm pretty sure you've experienced that when you've been around certain people and you act a certain way. If you don't act confidence, they'll look down on you or talk down on you or pity you or whatever. But if you have that confidence, sometimes you're intimidating. Oh, yes. But you have that confidence. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Now ask yourself, do you truly believe in your brand or are you playing small? Now, next subtopic here. Hello, thank you for being here. What does it mean to believe in your brand? What does it mean to believe in your brand? Okay. Believing in your brand, it's not just about saying I'm good at what I do. It's not just about that. It's all about fully owning your expertise, trusting your voice, and positioning yourself with authority. That's what it's about. And I want to repeat that. Believing in your brand is not just about saying, I'm good at what I do. It's about fully owning your expertise. Know you're good. Be good. You are somebody. Have you ever noticed how some professionals seem to attract all the opportunities? You know that is so true. Sometimes we think promoters in a certain profession, trade, they're good at it, and we think they know everything, that they're an expert in all things in the world. It's not like that. Someone said to me one time, and we were having a conversation, and someone's name came up, and the person said, well, she has a degree field. So just because a person has a degree doesn't mean that they know all things. So we have to realize that none of us knows everything. None of us. Have you ever noticed how some professionals seem to attract all the opportunities, but when you stand up as your brand, confident, people will bring people to you. I'm telling you, physically attract people because of the way you carry. People show, even if you're there just to assist or just to be there. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Now, we must be humble because all of us can have our own brand. There's enough space in the universe for everybody to do their own thing and not encroach another person's territory, their boundaries. That is a fact. Oh, yes, it is. I am so this. I always ask me what to talk about, and he never fails. Never fails. And I am just so thankful. So, it's not just about knowledge. You hear that? It's not just about knowledge. It's their ability to show up with certainty, with presence, and with confidence. Your personal brand isn't just about what you do. It's about how you position yourself, communicate your value, and show up consistently. The way you talk about yourself, the confidence in your voice, and the conviction behind your message shape how others perceive your brand. And that is so true. Oh my goodness, this is so good. But here's the problem. You know, there's always a positive, there's always a negative. Here's the problem. Many people struggle with confidence in their personal brands. Many people are very shy. And I don't tell a lot about my personality. I don't share a lot. You should never share every about yourself. Never ever. And I go back to, we call her Mayrina, but Marion Wimberly from Denison. She has so many quotes that the Lord had given to her. One of my so that you can present your brand. And if you have what you need, the confidence and all of that, consistency and all of that, you don't have to announce yourself. People will see it in you. Courage to show up. You're not afraid to share your thoughts, your insights, and experiences. Next, the confidence gap, why many struggle to believe in their brand. And this is in medium.com. This is one of my favorite sites. Medium, medium.com. The confidence gap, why many struggle to believe in their brand. If And so we're going into some of the biggest obstacles people face. And this is Victoria wrote this, okay? Number one, fear of judgment. What will people think? Doesn't that go through our minds? That's the biggest hindrance, I believe. You may have had these thoughts. What if people don't talk, take me serious? What if I post something and no one reacts? What if my peers think I'm showing off? Didn't I go through all of that? Oh, yes. This fear stops so many people from sharing their insights. But here's the truth, all right? According to Victoria, the people who matter will respect you more for showing up. You have to show up. You must show up. We must show up. And those who criticize, they were never your audience in the first place. Think about it. Those who criticize, some people, I'm telling you, certain people be envious and jealous people in general. That, but with their actions show that. If I didn't think of it first, it's no good. He didn't tell me he was going to do that. She didn't tell me. So if they don't know about it, they don't like it sometimes. They were never your audience in the first place. No matter what you do, people will have opinions, and we must. I used to think about what people would think. Now, I went on with my life, but I did think about what people would think, but I still would do things, and thank God they would come out great. But you want to know what people think. So everybody will have opinions. It may not be what you want, but some will admire you, some will be indifferent, some will criticize you, especially when you start succeeding. Oh, yes. You can't let fear of judgment stop you from showing up and owning your brilliance. So many people's success has been stunted and has been hindered and has been halted because of people's opinions, their judgments. And people don't like it. Just because a person doesn't like it does not mean that it's no good. And we have to, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in yourself, we can believe in you. Two, the imposter syndrome trap. Am I really that good? Even highly successful people experience imposter syndrome. That's imposter syndrome. The feeling that they're not qualified enough to be seen as experts. There are people smarter than me in this industry. What if I don't have enough experience? What if someone challenges me? Those things do go through our minds. Yes. But here's the truth about that. Listen, no one knows everything. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you? I'm thinking about that song. It's a call and response. Didn't I tell you it would be all right? Didn't I tell you it would be all right? I told you that, didn't I? No one knows everything. The people you admire did not wait until they were 100% ready before stepping into their authority. If we wait till we're 100% ready, we'll never step out, will we? Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from trusting that what you know is valuable. You hear that? I must repeat that. Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything, it comes from trusting that what you do know is valuable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Next, number three, comparison paralysis. So many others are doing this. Social media makes it easy to compare yourself and feel like you don't stand out. There are already so many personal branding coaches. Do I even have something new to offer? That would have been me, but do you know how I beat that thought? Because I know my story is unique, my experience is unique, and the way I do things, nobody can do them like I do. No one had to sit me down and tell me that. It's personal conviction, belief in my own magic. And that's the truth. Believe in yourself. I am telling you, believe in yourself. So you think there are already so many people doing what I do. I want you to remember this, Victoria tells us. She said, I want you to remember this. No one has your exact experiences, insights, or approach. No one. We are all made individually. All of us are different, even though we're human beings. No one else is you. You are unique. You are the only one of you. I'm the only one me. It can be me, but me. God knows what he was doing. He knew it, and he still knows what's going on. Okay, that's exciting to me. The goal is not to be the best in the world. You hear that? Even though some people have that goal, and nothing wrong with that, as long as it's done in order and not harming anybody else. The goal is to be the best at what you do in the way that only you can do it. And remember, nobody can do what you do like you do. Okay? No one. Now, how to start believing in your brand for real. Okay? That's the next section. How to start believing in your brand for real. Believing in your brand isn't about faking confidence. It's about building it through action. And you probably hear it, but my sinuses just started acting up on me when I came onto the broadcast. But I'm going to keep going. So I know I sound stuffy, but I'm going to keep on going. Everything in this are everything will take your story if they possibly can. I am not exaggerating. So, why we always think like that? She said, "Come on, you've got over 15 years of experience. Yeah, it shouldn't be you." She said, "Think about every challenge you faced, every level. Your journey is proof of your expertise." Hey, everybody, thank you for being here. Take a moment and write down first point, the biggest career wins you've had. Next, the challenges you've overcome that others can learn from. Next, the unique you thought. And that is so true to have that that they need. Just think about it. Life's experiences, things you've gone through, your education, all of that. They all play a great role in your brand. Number two, stop waiting for external validation. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier, validation. And I mentioned that many of us at one time or another have sought external validation. We want somebody else to validate us. But you don't have to do that. First, validate yourself. And no one is going to tap you affirming your work. It comes from you deciding to own your voice. OWN, your voice. The people you admire didn't wait for permission. They put themselves out there, learned along the way, and refined their message over time. Yes, yes, yes. So ask yourself, what are you waiting for? Number three, speak about your work and conviction. The way you talk about your brand shapes how others perceive you. And two people introducing, come on here, stop acting up on me. Two people introducing themselves. Imagine two people introducing themselves. Person A, I kind of work in marketing and help brands with their strategies. That's person A. Person B, I help brands create powerful marketing strategies that drive sales and visibility. See the difference? The way you talk about your work matters. And yes, it does. The first one wasn't so sure. You hear that? I kind of work in marketing and help brands with their strategies. But the second one, person B said, I help brands create powerful marketing strategies that drive sales and visibility. Do you know you're marketing yourself every single day? That's why I said be your own brand and not someone else's because you are marketing yourself. So, see the difference? The way you talk about your work matters. Your audience won't believe in your expertise if you introduce yourself with hesitation. Speak boldly, speak clearly, and with conviction. Speak like your own space because you do. Speak like you own OWN space because you do. Yes, you do. You own your space in this world. Four, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for permission. And I think about this. I do alternative energy. I can hook up you some water if you need water at your home. I can hook up a system for you. And I'm talking about natural, uh, rainwater system. If you need electricity, I can hook you up some electricity. So many things that I have learned through the years and I have done. And so I'm in like what do you call it? Alternative energy expert, solar panels and all that. And I was asked to do a workshop one day at a church. And I did, and the Lord blessed, and a question came up. People ask questions, and everybody's not asking the question to try to stump you, but people really want to know. And so I was asked, okay, so how much would it cost to do a whole house on solar energy? And I rattled it off, and that person that asked the question had already researched it, and I was right on point because I knew what I was talking about. You have to make sure that you know what you're talking about. You know your brand, okay? That you are the brand, all right? And you have to have confidence. And one of the pastors in Tennessee, and as far as I know, he never got to initiate it. But he asked me, well, a couple of things. He asked me to do a copy, what is a trademark on some one of his inventions. I sent him I prepared it and everything, just sent it to him. All he had to do was send it in. Then also he asked me to do uh, a study and send them the information on how to go alternative energy with wind turbines. I set the whole thing up for him. And at that time, Tennessee didn't have any codes for that. And so he would have been able to just go freely and get that. And I set it up for him, told him how much he could save on electricity. And they were paying, oh gosh, I know over $3,000 a month for electrical bill. And with the setup that I sent to him, that I designed for him to, and the building was thousands and thousands. It was like it was a synagogue, a former synagogue, and I set it up where they would make enough energy that they could sell some of it if they wanted to, and they would never have ever had to pay another utility bill. Okay, that is knowing who you are, studying and making sure that you know what you're doing, being your own brand and having that confidence, showing up, being consistent, and keeping up with everything. And so that's no brag, that's just fact, okay? So I just wanted to give you this by branding yourself and knowing who you are, and then people know who you are, okay? So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for permission. If you're waiting for someone to tell you you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. For real. Oh, yes. And don't you know this? You will be waiting forever for someone to tell you you're ready. So, confidence isn't something you get before taking action, it's something you build by taking action. I like what Victoria is telling us. So, post that article. Introduce yourself boldly. Share your knowledge, even if it feels and then I think I went to YouTube. However, anyway, I've been doing it quite a while. So the more you put yourself out there, the easier it gets. The easier it gets. You don't start out knowing everything. As growth. You hear that? Reframe, not refrain, okay? Reframe, REFRA. Criticism as growth. So Victoria's telling us now, let's be honest. Let's be honest. When you start showing up, not everyone will cheer you on, and you know that. When you start showing up, not everyone is going to cheer you on. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that said jealousy is as cruel as the grave. Oh yes. So let's be honest. When you start showing, Victoria's telling us, here's what I've learned, and you can concur. I like that word. Don't you know? You have been watching and listening to me. I really started saying that after I saw an episode of NCIS. He said, I concur. So I concur. So this is what Victoria said. Here's what I've learned. If someone disagrees with you or criticizes your brand, don't take it personally. Okay? See, we take things personally because in the beginning we didn't know any better. But now we know better. So when and if someone criticizes you, your brand, don't take it personally. Instead, ask yourself, number first one, is there something valuable I can learn from this feedback? See, it's hard to uh, accept it and think like that, but we have to reframe the criticism, reframe it, okay? And see, okay, so what can I make of this? Next, does this opinion truly matter to my goals? That's you're asking yourself. Next, am I being bold enough that I'm sparking conversation. So see this is exactly what keeps me dropping those fire videos on here. This is what she's saying. A strong personal brand will always attract both supporters